Start with Michael Grady from Yes Network.
Hey, James, the Kevin situation confusing for everybody watching. For you out there on the floor, seeing him pulled before the game started, come back, pulled again in the third quarter. What was it like for you out there?
It's frustrating, especially you know, we follow the protocols. We get tested, you know, every single day. Um, so I don't understand the whole thing where he couldn't play, and then he came on the court, and then they took him back. It's just a lot going on. It's too much going on. It's kind of overwhelming, especially when we're in the midst of a tough game, and like these games are going to add up, especially if we're talking about playoff seeding. We're talking about positioning ourselves and to you know home court advantage and whatnot and catch a rhythm and all that. So I feel like I don't know. It's overwhelming. It's frustrating. Um, yeah,
Have you had an opportunity to message him or see where his head is at before you guys leave for Philly?
he feels the same way. Especially him already having it, and we get tested like I said every single day. Um, you know, I mean he's been negative. So I don't understand what the problem is. Um, if that was the case, the game should have been postponed. I feel like if we're talking about contact tracing, he was around all of us. So I don't understand why he wasn't allowed to play and then was able to play and then took back off the court. If that was the case, we should have just postponed the game. That's how I feel. But through the midst of it, it was tough. Give Toronto credit; they made shots, they played well. But yeah, it's frustrating.
Malika Andrews, ESPN.
Hey, James, in the midst of sort of all that frustration, did you find it hard to sort of refocus? Did you have kind of questions going on in your head, like, hey, what's going on? I want to pay attention to that. Or what was kind of the balance there of trying to be like, oh, we still have a game to play, but
No,
also
we,
this?
we definitely have a game to play, but we're bringing in a huddle, and coach is drawing up the first play of the game, and we're like, "Where's Kevin?" And Kevin can't play. It was like, "All right, cool, whatever." All right. So then we're starting the game up, and then Kevin is able to play. It's like, "All right, let's go." Then Kevin can't play again. It's like, "All right, come on, what are we doing?" So it was just, we try to focus on the game, try to focus on possession by possession, try to get a rhythm because we started off slow. Um, we're not here to make excuses, but it was just it's a lot. It's a lot.
Thank you.
Alex Schiffer, The Athletic.
James, kind of going off your last comment, did you ask at all during the game the coaches or anything what was going on with Kevin, or because you did have a game to play, you were just kind of going with the flow with all that, and when he was around, and when he wasn't, you asked questions later.
Of course, I asked what was going on, and they said, they just said contact tracing, and I'm thinking to myself, well, if it's contact tracing, then we were all in the locker room together. That means there's no game, you know. If he's not going to be able to play, so you know, that's what that was my thought process, and once we started the game, I kind of forgot about it, and then Kevin enters the game. I'm like, well, I don't know. It must have been a confusion or some a mess up or something. So we kind of like, we caught a rhythm. We came back, started playing well, and then he can't come back on the floor. I don't know. It was a lot. Like I said, it's overwhelming. We're not taking anything away from Toronto. They played an exceptional game. They made shots when they counted. They played scrappy basketball like we knew they were going to do. For us, we just couldn't catch a rhythm. And when we finally did in that second quarter, we started playing well, and then we just got kind of stagnant again in that second half. So yeah.
Christian Winfield, New York Daily News.
Hey James, does a night like tonight kind of make you look at the idea of an All-Star game or All-Star weekend or whatever any differently? I mean, a lot of guys have been voicing different opinions, so I'm wondering where you stand on the subject.
I haven't said anything publicly, but I feel the same way as some of the players as far as like, there's so much going on as far as we're trying to, calm a virus down and, we're putting on an event, you know, I don't know. I mean, I know what the reasoning is for it, but, I feel like, especially with a condensed schedule and it feels like everything was forced upon players. It's already draining. We playing a lot of games in a week. I feel like that was a week for us to kind of relax, be with our families, and kind of take a step back away from basketball. Um, so like I said, we're just in it.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.